Okay, Bo fam, Andrew Bopros here. Well, we lost to the Kansas City Queefs, as we all know, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, guys, there's some things that we can take away and be positive about during this game. I know everyone was pretty upset that we have a week 5 bye. It gives us an opportunity to be healthy again. Herbert gets healthy, the rest of our team comes back. We're going to talk more about what Jimbo Harbaugh said today, literally just a few minutes ago. I just watched his video, his presser, getting ready for the bye week. Lot to break down. So, as always, guys, and you know how this goes. Let's get
Bull Bros.
Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bopros. And again, Jim Harbaugh did speak today, and he did have some wise words to say to the press. The press just kept pressing. Oh, Popper kept asking about the run pass split. What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. And ultimately, I think the big takeaway from what Jim said today was we got to get better. We got to get better. And I was watching a lot of the videos, kind of going back and forth. We all saw the video of Justin Herbert smashing his helmet on the bench on the sideline there. Look, this team wants to win. They are ready to win. They want to win. And one thing Jim also said too is he said, "Look, if we don't want anybody on this team that doesn't want to win as well too." And I think also J.K. Dobbins did something as well on the sidelines. And so, bottom line, they want to win and they're ready to go out there and compete and be a championship caliber team. But where does this leave the Chargers right now? Right now, we're at 2-2. Currently, we're in second place behind the Chiefs, Raiders, and Broncos, both of which are also 2-2. So the AFC West is actually looking pretty solid right now, and the Broncos look pretty good. And Raiders actually look, not too bad also with a lot of these people out. But there is a lot to be said about this game, right? And I know a lot of people are going to be pretty upset about quite a few things. Now, one of the things that I think is going to happen during this bye week, this man right here is going to be extremely busy. I really do believe Joe Ortiz is going to be working that waiver wire like crazy. So we'll probably have some videos coming out. I wouldn't be shocked if you even saw some moves, in the coming days. In fact, let me just double check real quick and see if I see any changes. I don't think there was any people waived already, but you do get some waves on Monday or Tuesday. If not, we'll do something again. We'll do a video tomorrow, something like that. And again, you're going to get a lot of me this week, guys, because James is, in Japan. Again, Bolt Bros in Japan, unfortunately, could not happen, but that's where we're at. But Joe Ortiz is going to be busy. I do suspect we're going to go after some players. Again, it's one of those things that this team has got to get better every single day, every single week, every single, moment they possibly can. And so this will give us an opportunity to get our team right and move the right direction. So, but let's talk about this, the elephant in the room, and that would be our boy here, Greg Roman. Everyone right now wants to remove his head from his body, right? And so, I think everyone here, let me pop out the crayon here real quick here. Let's give him some devil horns, look at that's really crappy looking horn right here. Let's make that a little bigger. There we go. A little bit better there. That looks more like a cat thing. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, bottom line, Greg Roman, all over Twitter, everywhere, everyone's just wanting to remove this guy. I mean, we're watching your comments as well too. And I don't know that you could really blame a lot of this on Greg Roman to some degree. I mean, it's still execution, right? The play has still got to go a certain way. I did just read a couple of things. I think it was Ari Menloff, or it was even Daniel Popper, who said Bradley Bozeman was yelling at Tomlinson, our tight end, for not making the block correctly on like a 3rd and short, right? Like a 3rd and 1, right? So it's not just the center. It's not just the tackle. It's not just the makeshift offensive line. It's tight ends. It's just execution in general, right? And these are mistakes. This is also what Jim Harbaugh said, is that bottom line, we are not executing properly, right? So this gives us an opportunity to level set and make everything better, right? And I think there's a lot to be said about that, guys. What do you think about Greg Roman specifically so far? Again, we're ranked very well, on the running game, right? We're doing very great, but we're really almost dead last in passing at the moment. That needs to, I think that's really where Mark Trestman needs to step in and really get a little more execution, maybe try to do a little bit more of a split type of conversation, which Daniel Popper was really trying to get into today with the conversation with Jim Harbaugh, right? He was like, oh, why? Well, let's just try and get the split going the right direction. And then Jim just said, look, like, well, what does that matter, right? If we're winning the game, I don't care if we throw the ball, 50% of the time and run the ball 60%. I just want to win, right? I don't care what the percentage is. We just want to win. So it does boil down to, more than anything, execution. And it's not all his fault, right? The players still have to go out and execute. Having said that, you can improve, right? So that's a good thing. I want to hear what your thoughts are about Greg Roman. Leave a comment down below, please. But going into what I think really affected this win more than anything, and again, I hate to be that guy saying, because this person was out, that person's out, it makes a difference. Look, losing Derwin James, he is a hard man to, replace, right? He just is. Now, our safeties actually did very well. But Gilman got burned on that one deep one by Xavier Worthy, and, that cost us 7 points, right? That was the difference of the game. So, coulda, woulda, shoulda about Derwin James, right? Would Derwin James have made a difference on Kelce? I don't know. You don't know. I don't know. We can sit back all day and have that conversation. But, it's kind of a worthless, conversation up to this point. I do think this was probably the biggest reason why we lost. When you lose these two dudes right here, Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, two arguably, I think they were literally the best tackle duos in the NFL. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Just fact check me on that for sure. But they were ranked very high on PFF. So you lose those two guys, you got a makeshift offensive line. It makes it very difficult, okay, to really do what you want to do. And I guess that's my point, right? We could vilify Greg Roman all day and say it was his fault. It was his fault. He screwed up. Crappy game plan, all the above. But you can't execute when you got these two guys out, right? In Madden terms, these are 90s. They're ranked 90, right? In Madden, you're going down to 75s and 80s, right? Or 85s, or probably not even 85s, more like 75s, right? So it makes it hard to run GT counters. It makes it hard to run power. It makes it hard to, to bully some of these, football players, right? So again, I think those major three were probably the hardest reasons why we struggled this week for sure, specifically, but again, it's, I don't want to go coulda, woulda, shoulda. Now, two other injuries that did affect this win, or I should say loss, Jasir Taylor and Dean Leonard. Dean Leonard, as we know, is a very good cornerback, but he was out. Jasir Taylor was out also. So Tarheeb still came in. And by the way, Tarheeb looked great. So, I don't really want to sit back and say, well, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But guys, we had a 10-0 lead. We lost, and we're not scoring in the fourth quarter. That is a problem. And that needs to be fixed, right? Offensively, that needs to be fixed really badly, right? Because the defense is kicking ass, as we all know. So, and again, let's talk about Justin Herbert. Now, at least at this point, with his bye week, Justin Herbert can rest this boot right here. His foot, not a boot, right? So this part right here, ouchie. This is a, let's do it here. Let's go like this. This is a plus. Oh boy, that looks really bad, but you get what I'm saying. Oh, should be green. That's a hospital sign. So he's going to get the opportunity to make his foot right. That's what we need, guys. At the end of the day, you could tell in the pocket he was uncomfortable. He couldn't maneuver correctly. He wasn't moving forward. He wasn't doing a lot of things right? And that's not on him, man. When the protection breaks down, it's unfortunate, right? These guys are big. These are big dudes. And, and the wide receivers also need to get open a little bit more frequently as well. I really felt like we struggled to get some separation and a few other things as well. And I just, bottom line, and again, go back and watch what Jim Harbaugh said today. Execution across the board needs to be better. Fourth quarter needs to be better. There's a lot of things we could say. And right now, hey, by the way, guys, Justin Herbert got super pissed. He slammed his helmet right in the in the bench. And guys, at the end of the day, I like seeing that because I like seeing that he cares and he's focused and he's going to be out there doing the best he possibly can to be successful. Justin Herbert wants to win. There is still so much fight in this guy. No matter what anybody wants to say moving forward, right? He is an absolute dog. You know that. I know that. NFL knows that as well, too. I just think everyone around him needs to execute a little bit better. And, of course, he will elevate his game as well. The dude makes throws that are absolutely ridiculous. I keep thinking about that throw that he made to J.K. Dobbins. Well, he didn't make, but he threw it to J.K. on a wheel route. I couldn't even believe he fit that ball into that hole right there. And J.K. almost caught it. I was like, my God. With messed up ankle. This is plant foot trying to step in. Say what you want to say about Justin. He was out there putting out his best performance possible. Probably one of the most memorable games, in my opinion, because he was hurt. He was still out there doing what he can. And your plant foot is extremely important when you're throwing the ball because you're planting and then throwing, right? So there's a lot to be said about that bottom line. And so I just have mad respect for Justin Herbert. But let's just recap with the defense. Bottom line, the defense is absolutely incredible. Right now, the Bolts rank first across the NFL in EPA. It's negative 0.465. The opposing success rate is around 30.6%. Again, all the breakdowns on that is kind of interesting. But bottom line, we're one of the best defenses in the league. I think we're probably around 1 or 2 at the moment right now. But Minter's unit has been steady in the most part in keeping us in the game. Second fewest yards per game, around 230 yards per game. So that's actually incredible. I think it probably went up a little bit after this game versus the Chiefs. I think it was around 300 yards. So, we might be at 227, something of that, or 230, 240, right? So, but again, it's a week-to-week league, guys. This is what Jesse Minter said after the game. We got greater challenges ahead. The good thing is that we can just get better, right? We can get more people back. Hopefully Bosa comes back and we can get him back in that rotation. And again, we're happy to see how we look through 4 games. But again, we're 2-2. We're right in the thick of it. And we have an opportunity moving forward to be better and more successful. And bottom line, guys, injuries happen. These things happen. Every team goes through bumps and bruises like this, guys. They just do. And it's a long, long season. So try not to have a negative aspect towards this, because bottom line, at the end of the day, yes, losing sucks. And especially losing to the Chiefs sucks. We don't like that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of positive. Great defense. The offense needs to improve and really execute more properly, right? And I think this bye week is a perfect time for us to get healthy, get right, get Justin Herbert right. We all know he's the king of the castle, if you will, right? We got to keep him upright and healthy. This should give him plenty of time to be ready for week 6 and just, continue bolting up, guys. But what are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. As always, Andrew Bolt Bros. See you all in the
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.